Former President Trump on Saturday called Republicans and conservatives to boycott sweeping number of companies amid controversy surrounding new voting laws. In a statement released late Saturday evening, the former president took aim at Democrats for playing dirty and boycotting a company that in any way offends them. For years, the radical left Democrats have played dirty by boycotting products when anything from that company is done or stated in any way that offends them. Now they are going big time with the woke cancel culture and our sacred elections, Trump said in a statement on Saturday released by Save America PAC. He then called for Republicans to fight back, alleging that we have more people than they do, and urged conservatives to boycott specific companies, including Coca-Cola, Delta Airlines, and Citigroup. It is finally time for Republicans and conservatives to fight back. We have more people than they do, by far. Boycott Major League Baseball, Coca-Cola, Delta Airlines, JP Morgan Chase, Viacom, CBS, Citigroup, Cisco, UPS, and Merck. Don't go back to their products until they relent. We can play a better game than them. The call comes as companies have publicly condemned Georgia law, SB 202, and other voting legislation proposed in other states throughout the U.S. Many Republicans have supported these efforts after Trump and his allies alleged widespread voter fraud tainted the 2020 election amid the pandemic, when mail-in ballots were widely used. However, these claims have been disputed by federal and state election officials. I'm going to believe the federal and state election officials instead of a bunch of screaming politicians that are afraid to speak out against their dear leader. Georgia Governor Brian Kemp signed SB 202 into law last month. Major League Baseball this week moved the All-Star game out of Georgia in protest of the law, the furthest action a company has taken against the law. Trump directly called for a boycott of MLB hours after it was announced. Among its restrictions, SB 202 limits the use of ballot drop boxes and imposed new photo ID requirements for absentee voting. It also prohibits handing out food and water to people within 150 feet of a polling site, including to those waiting in line to vote. That's really stupid. I didn't do a video about this because I figured I would just be regurgitating what every single other left-wing person is saying about this dumb law, but that's my small little take on it. But what I find really interesting is that there's been a lot of commentary from right-wingers about cancel culture, and that's something that Trump discusses here, but then his solution to cancel culture is to cancel the companies that are participating in it, to do to them what they are doing to you. So, I mean, just as an example, if Burger King came out and said, we condemn Justin's rhetoric on whatever, I wouldn't tell people to stop eating there. If they have good food, they have good food. It just seems very weird to me. It's a strategy that I think in the long run doesn't actually change anything, and I don't believe his supporters are because look, it's one thing to say this company, I don't want you to bother with them. They've crossed the line. Like if he was talking just about the sports, the ball game that was going out of Georgia, that would be one thing. But I started laughing when I was reading off the names of all of these different companies, because I can't imagine like all of the Trump supporters just having big laundry list of companies to boycott. Like it's one thing to say this place, that place, but when it's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, just we're gonna boycott all of those companies. I'll enjoy watching you guys try to do that. Make sure you write all of them down so you don't forget any.